We really believe that we're making the world a better place, one veggie meal at a time. Well, you see, we're a really passionate bunch of people about making change happen. And we figured that change really happens when people take little steps to affect a much bigger change. So we've been speaking to kids around South Africa. We've spoken to, I think, around 15,000 children. And we've already started to see that the Meat-Free Mondays is gaining traction all over South Africa. We've got big banks like FNB, one of our big 4 banks, which has now come on board, and they're serving 13,000 vegetarian meals every Monday. So we can definitely see that this youth movement is having an impact on also the older generation.
What's covered is a range of topics. So we speak about the planet, so the environment, greenhouse gases, and air pollution, and what eating meat does to that, as well as water consumption, how you can reduce how much water you use. Other things that we cover is animal rights and antibiotics that are used in animals.
What is the biggest problem facing the human race today? Someone said Justin Bieber yesterday. Okay, so the biggest problem facing us is global warming. Okay, and NASA, I'm sure you've all heard of NASA, have actually measured the land-ocean temperatures over the past few years, and they've seen that there's been a temperature increase from -0.4 to +0.6. So that doesn't sound like a lot because that's just 1 degree, right? But if you take your ice block out of the freezer and you put it into the fridge, it melts. And an interesting fact that we found out recently was that there's been a 230% increase in droughts and floods in the United States. So global warming is creating havoc with our environment and our weather patterns. So they've done the stats. We know for a fact, they come from the United Nations, that animal agriculture contributes 51% to global warming, whereas all the world's forms of transportation only contribute 13%.
So can anyone tell me, we'll just shout it out, what do cows eat? Grass. Yeah, that's correct. You guys are really, really smart. But the thing is, the cows that we eat don't eat grass. We eat factory-farmed animals, and those animals need to get really big and fat very, very quickly. You guys all decided, let's go to Spur afterwards and grab a burger. That would mean that an area the size of a football field in the Amazon would be cleared to produce 250 burgers.
So how can you help? Take the day off meat. Any day. We say Monday, but it can be any day. It could be Thursday, whatever. We did an interesting study with the World Preservation Foundation in the UK, and we found that a vegetarian burger gives off 200 grams of CO2 equivalent, whereas a beef burger gives off 5,595 grams. Buy fresh and buy local, that's easy, self-explanatory. Grow your own veggie garden. How many of you guys have a veggie garden at home? And what else can you do? You can have your own compost heap. Buy organic, if possible.
I do think that the students will adopt Meat-Free Monday because it is actually very beneficial to our earth, and it brings us together, and I think it's just quite a cool campaign that everyone's doing.
I thought it was really informative, and it taught us a lot of stuff that we didn't actually know, because I mean we learn about this in geography and biology, but we never really learn about the animal side of things into such depth, and it gave us a greater understanding.
And I think when you give somebody an opportunity to have a different experience and say, look, just that one day, I mean, you do the maths and you see what a significant impact just the one day a group of 200 people can have on the planet, you realize the power that we have as an individual to change everything. So it's not about, oh, one person can never count. One person does count.
We really believe that we're making the world a better place, one veggie meal at a time.